Alright, I'm just going to do a quick video today with just a couple features I wanted to show off. The first one is the shaded background tiles. So now, if I, for example, open level 1, the tiles for level 1, eventually this will be done in a level editor, but right now I just direct define them. So these are the main tiles, which are walls and which ones are empty. And then now I have a new thing called the background darkness. And what that allows me to do is like put patterns into the background. So here it's just some like random stripes. Here it's just like a random kind of like square shape, like Pokeball kind of. Here is a smiley face. Here's an arrow. But none of these really like these are just kind of test examples, but in the real game, I'm going to shade the background based on like what's happening. So this one's kind of a better example. Since there's something rotating, I shaded the background like kind of like a target. Or like this one's kind of a better example because the shading like helps you see like which, lanes have, relevant enemies moving together. But anyway, the key point is that instead of having just a light color and just a dark color, I have two variations of the light and two variations of the dark. And then I always checkerboard them no matter what, so that you always kind of can tell which tile you're in, because there's always like a slight difference between neighboring tiles in terms of color. But I can also highlight things like, for example, here, these coins are highlighted on a lighter tile, but you can still see the checkerboarding. But yeah, the way I do it, let me just remember, it's like, maybe it's here. Yeah, the way I do it is first I define like a light color for background. I define a light color, and this is for each theme, but for the main light theme it's like white, and then a dark color which is like purple, and then I have like there's light and light dark. So this is light, and then this one here is light dark, and then like this one here is dark light, and this one is dark. But these are how I blend from those two colors to produce light dark, dark light, and dark dark. So for example, if there were no variations and it were just like this, if both lights and both darks were the same, it would look like this. So you could see like it still kind of looks okay actually, but you can't really tell which tile you're in. It's like a mess when you're over like in an area like this. You wouldn't be able to see, like, it's kind of harder to see, where you should kind of stand in order to avoid an enemy. Whereas in here, I'll make the difference even more so you can get a better idea. I'll go like this. This one is like a ridiculously big difference here. Oh god, yeah. But anyway, you get the idea. Like I'm blending the colors. You wouldn't be able to tell if I were to go like this. I'll just go like 7.5 and then 0.5. So now there'll be a huge difference and they'll be more similar. So you get the idea now. But yeah, the idea is I want to be able to highlight things, but I also always want a checkerboard, and I don't want them to be too similar, and I don't want them to be too different because then it looks weird like this. So this is what I came up with. So yeah, you can kind of, I'll just like run around a bit and see, like, for example here, these coins are on like a highlighted spot. It's like surrounded in light tiles, and then the coins are on a dark tile. So I'll just do kind of like stuff like that. Then these guys are going up and down, so I put like the background going up and down. And yeah, I just think it's better to complement the level design with the background tiles and then also the coins and stuff, as opposed to always having a checkerboard, because the checkerboard would get repetitive if you did it absolutely everywhere. Like if it were just like this absolutely everywhere, it would be too much. But yeah, anyway, I think the new background tile system is really cool. And I don't bother doing it on checkpoints because you're not supposed to be able to die on a checkpoint anyway. So, one sec. So, knowing which tile you're on isn't as big of a deal on a checkpoint because you're not supposed to be able to die on a checkpoint. So now the second thing is, the pink checkpoint is the end of the level. So the moment you get to it, it's going to end the level. But yeah, let me just run over there again. So what happens is the moment I touch the checkpoint, my character will automatically run to the center of the tile and then play a dance animation. And then, actually, I'll try it in real mode. This is what it looks like in real mode. But, and there is no dance animation in simple mode. But yeah, there's going to be a whole bunch of random dance animations in stick and in real mode, and it'll randomly play one that you haven't seen before whenever you finish a level. And finishing a level, you're going to have to probably open a door with a key and then buy that key by collecting a certain amount of coins and then buying the key at a store or something like that. But anyway, I like the pink end checkpoint, and I like the dance animation. I'll show a close-up of the frames of the dance animation. It was basically 6.5 hours from start to finish of work. So yeah, I'll just get into the dance animation. This is 6.5 hours of work here. I'll just repeat it a few times. Sometimes it skips a few of the frames when you watch it in Flash at this frame rate, but you get an idea for it. But yeah, he does like a backflip, gets down, does a backflip, then lands, then jumps up again, does like kind of like a star, like a Elon Musk X kind of. I hadn't actually thought of that before, but now that I think about it, that kind of looks like that. So that's not what I was going for, but anyway, he just kind of celebrates. But yeah, anyway, with this animation, I started out with a rough draft, then I drew over it, then I separated it into limbs like this. So each color is a different limb. And then I went through and fine-tuned each limb to make each limb look right on every frame. So like I would kind of be like this. Like I'd be working on one arm, and I'd try to make sure this one arm looks proper on each and every frame. And then I go back and, and I do a different arm or something like that. And then the last one is the head, which is the kind of the fun part. It's not as hard as it's not really that hard most of the time, but yeah, you have to I try to make the head like a water balloon, so it's like bouncing around. But yeah, sometimes I watch it in this layered mode, which is kind of fun. So yeah, the dance and the stickman are the main the dance animation and the background tiles are the main new things. If you want to see the dance animation in sprite sheet form, this is it. From start to finish, this is the entire dance. It's only 63 frames. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I'll just show it one more time. There's going to be a whole bunch of different dance animations. It's like your reward for finishing the level. Right now it just resets the level. And it'll also reset the level if you die, if you run out of lives. But in the future there's going to be like different states of the game. So when you finish a level, it'll go to like level complete state, where it's like an overview of how many times you died and how much money you made and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I fixed some of the random little bugs from last time, and I also noticed a couple, or just one main new bug, but it's related to resetting the level, and I just kind of threw that together in temporary code, so hopefully it wasn't really a main, like a real problem that'll be there later. Yeah, I really like the way the pink looks, and I just really like the background tiles. I'm gonna design the levels with the background direct defined to complement like what's happening in the level design. It's gonna be cool. here you could see the light, the light dark and the dark light beside, and then this is the light light and dark dark. So these have more of a difference here than they do here. But I'm gonna probably mainly favor this one, but I'm not sure. The other one almost looks better, but this one's a little bit less distracting. But yeah, if I tweak them any differently, I get here it's too hard to see that it's a smiley face. I tweaked it so that you can just barely still make sure that it's a smiley face without it being too much of a contrast difference or whatever. But anyway, that's it for now. The next video, which I'm gonna start working on this in like an hour. This is like a super important thing, is the wall depth. So right now the walls never have depth. It's always top down. But once I add in the wall depth, it's only going to be top down in simple mode like this. And then when you're in stick or in real mode, the walls are going to be up off the ground a bit. So it's going to be like, you know, more of a standard kind of thing in this camera view type of game. But it's going to be pretty important because it changes the way the whole thing looks. And there's also going to be some transparency on the walls. For example, like right here. Like where the feet are, the wall will be covering your feet a bit right now, but the wall will be partially transparent, so you'll still be able to see through. But anyway, that's about it for now. Okay, so I'm gonna probably do a video real soon on the wall stuff, and then after that there's like a backlog of coding stuff I want to do that's not really good for videos. So there'll probably be one more video coming soon, and then after that there's not going to be that many more videos for a little while. And then I'll try to get back to like a normal schedule eventually, where it's like once a week or something like that. But anyway, that's it for now.